Okay, so in today's video about QNT, I want to check out this move on the downside and give you an objective analysis and talk about a bullish and also a bearish possibility at the same time. And then I'm going to tell you which one is going to be my primary case and what can we expect to happen in Quant for the next couple of days. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And at first, let's talk about the bullish possibility. So in the previous videos, I was saying in QNT, as long as we're not taking this low, we can consider potentially a series of 1-2s, meaning this can be like a 1-2 and then 3-4-5. Excuse me, what just happened? Okay, which is going to be into a larger degree wave 3 correction for another move up into wave 5. Is the scenario still in play? Well, not exactly this scenario. Why is it? Because in the recent move down in Quant, if I just zoom in a bit more, as you can see, we have clearly taken this low about $84. So what is going to be another bullish possibility that we can think of at the moment? I'm gonna say, if you want to be optimistic in Quant, you probably have to say this is from this point to about the recent price action, maybe even a bit lower, a correction structure, and it can be in form of an ABC, potentially an expanded flat, which looks like this. This is our natural move down into a correction for wave B, which in it we are going to take this high and another move down into C. And in this phase, we are going to take the low of our wave A. And for our sub waves, ABC down into A, ABC or maybe a WXY on the upside, doesn't really matter, into wave B, and a 5-wave impulsive structure down into our ceiling. Let's go on the live chart and count some waves. So now I think we might be able to say somehow, I'm not really sure how because it's a bit tricky to find an impulse in here, but let's say this is an impulse into a ABC down or maybe a WXY into wave B and another 5-wave on the upside into our C leg. And also before this ABC, we may have in here another ABC structure, and from this high, this might be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we may see another move down into wave 5. And on a higher degree, these are the sub waves for, you know it, an ABC expanded flat. And you can say maybe this is from the lowest low about $72, 5-wave up into a wave 1, and then this whole move on the downside is going to be a correction for wave 2, and after our correction is over, the idea is that hopefully in Quant, we are going to have a good move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5 and start a very strong uptrend. This is going to be, for now, our bullish scenario. What about the bearish possibility? Well, unfortunately, the subwaves for a bearish scenario are quite clear. We talked about this subject before. I believe there is a very good chance that from this point we are having an A, B, C to about here in form of a flat structure, and there's a very high chance that in this phase on the upside we are having 5-wave up, and also we said this is probably another 5-wave on the upside, and it means, well, okay, this is a very solid A, B, C in form of a zigzag structure, and this kind of got confirmed when in this move down in Quant, we took the low of our B leg. So this is our bearish scenario, suggesting that our move down may continue a bit more. And in that move, we might take the lowest low down here about $72. Now, question, which scenario is going to be my primary case, at least at the moment? I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, this bearish possibility. You see, I can be bullish in QNT, and in fact, overall and in the midterm, I am 1000% bullish. Do not get me wrong, but I am finding it a bit hard to say that this is like a 1-2 scenario. Does this mean it's absolutely not in play? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in Quant, because recently in this move down, we have taken this low. It's really hard for me to say that right in here is going to be a buy opportunity. I would much rather wait to see another move down in order to either take this low or at least get extremely close to it. And then at that point, I'm going to add some more QNT tokens to my portfolio. For now, I think it's a bit risky to buy Quant. Now, what happens if we get like a very strong move up and that 1-2 scenario is going to be in play? You know what? Fair enough. I don't really have anything against it. I'm just trying to say that right in here, for me at least in QNT, it's not really going to be a decent buy opportunity. Now, if you do not want to be involved in any kind of short-term price action, I would like to suggest to wait a bit more and see a move up in Quant in order to hopefully get a break of this very important resistance area, which the lower band of it is about 101 and the higher band of it is about $110. Because if we manage to successfully break this level, meaning we go above it, do some consolidation and another move on the upside, because the road after breaking this level is going to be much more clear, I can tell you our uptrend in QNT at that point is going to continue, maybe at a bit more of a rapid pace, and we are going to have at that point a very classic uptrend, meaning we're going to set a high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, so on and so forth. So again, if you do not care about the short-term price action, just wait a bit more and see a move up in order to get a break of this level. If you do care about the short-term price action, on the other hand, I would like to suggest to wait a bit more, see maybe another move down in order to actually get back around this important low, which is at the same time around a very important support area from weekly and daily time frame, at the same time between $75 to about $78. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In terms of overall structures, in QNT, I am absolutely bullish, and I think we talked about this subject in the previous video. From the highest side in here, about $173 to around the lowest low, about $72, I can actually find complete subwaves for a very classic WXY in form of a double zigzag structure, and that does kind of make me say, you know what, maybe in QNT the bottom is it. But because in the last 48 hours, we got a move down, and in that move, we took this low, I'm going to say right in here, for me personally, it's not really going to be a buy opportunity, and I'm going to stick with the tokens that I bought right in here. What if we get a move down and get very close to this low, or maybe even take it? Fair enough. At that point, I am going to add some more QNT to my portfolio. But right now, unfortunately for me, and again, this is just for me, which is kind of a traditional investor, it's a bit tough to say that the current price is a buy opportunity. So for now, for the next 48 to maybe even 72 hours, I think we need to wait a bit more and see, are we going to have our final flush down and then a move on the upside? And this, in my opinion, is going to be a very bullish sign. Sure, we might get another move down in this phase, but remember this, after it, I am counting on a very good move on the upside in order to, at that point, hopefully get back above this very strong resistance area. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Quant's price charts. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the market, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.